The Lagena brothers, Marty and Rick Lagena, have been exploring the hidden treasures of Oak Island for over 2 centuries. Their quest began when they read an article in Reader's Digest about the infamous Money Pit, which has sparked curiosity worldwide. The brothers have been drawn to the island by tales of hidden riches that have remained out of reach for over 2 centuries. The Money Pit is an intricately constructed pit filled with logs at various levels and possibly other materials like coconut fibers. When treasure hunters think they've reached the bottom, flood tunnels, supposedly built by the original constructor, let in water from the Atlantic Ocean. This ingenious design has prevented many from reaching whatever lies at the bottom. However, the Lagena brothers discovered a sunken ship near the Money Pit, confirmed by experts to be from the early 1700s, indicating human activity on the island for over 400 years. The Lagena brothers' interest in the island and its treasures has been burning for more than a decade. Their exploration led to a documentary that highlights their search and uncovers a long structure, thought to be the notorious Dunfield's Labyrinth from 1938. The documentary is full of intriguing questions and thoughts, and it will help the Lagena brothers contribute to the ongoing story of the island and its hidden treasures. In 2006, archaeologists working at the South Shore Cove on the island made a cool find. They stumbled upon what looked like an old road made of logs, known as a corduroy road because it resembled the fabric of the same name. As they dug deeper, it became obvious that this wasn't just any old road, but a really ancient one. They found several logs, some of which turned out to be much older cedar wood. After doing some carbon dating on the wood, the results confirmed that these logs were cut long before anyone officially started searching or settling on the island. This discovery was a big deal because it suggested there was significant activity on the island way earlier than previously thought. However, the archaeologists faced a setback when bad weather hit, damaging the road. They had to rebuild it quickly to protect the logs so they could study them more the next year. Despite the weather damage, the samples from the wood already told an important story. They indicated that the history of human activity on the island went way back, much further than we initially believed. Throughout the treasure hunting history of the island, people have occasionally found old pathways or roads. This particular road ran for hundreds of yards, navigating through varied landscapes and crossing a critical watershed area between the upland and Smith's Cove. The discovery of coconut fiber within the structure of the road was particularly surprising, suggesting that there was a planned effort to build a durable road, perhaps for transporting materials or as part of a larger operation. Finding an old road on Oak Island suggests people were active there much earlier than we thought, opening up new possibilities for exploration. The discovery of the ancient road on Oak Island, off the southeast coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, by Marty and Rick Lagena, along with their exploration team, was a significant discovery in 1996. The team discovered an elevated rock formation, paved with flat stones laid closely together, which led to discussions about verifying the presence of a stone road and understanding its extent and purpose. Despite conducting a geophysical survey, the results were inconclusive, but the idea of a stone road persisted, especially after geophysicist Mike Hunt identified a packed and rolled stone surface almost 3 feet below the modern surface of the land in an area far from any known old buildings or previously cleared land. The excavation in this area unearthed a layer of homogeneous clay containing various artifacts, suggesting that this area could have historical significance beyond what was initially visible. The depth of the clay and the artifacts found were similar to those found in the wartime trench, indicating that this feature might be an extension of the stone road discovered. The team decided to further investigate the area to the north by trenching across the line of the road revealed by Hunt's survey. This excavation turned out to be successful, as the team found stone rubble about 1.6 feet below the modern land surface in a small area with a relatively high density of artifacts. This find was exciting as it suggested that the road might lead to or be connected with another structure or perhaps another road line. The discovery and exploration of this road represent a chance to connect with the history of the island. piecing together the activities that took place there long before the modern era of treasure hunters and explorers. Every artifact and structure uncovered adds another layer to our understanding, suggesting that its history is far richer and more complex than anyone might have guessed from the surface. As we wait for the spring and the resumption of work, we are left to wonder about the stories that lie beneath the surface. What were the people like who built this road? What were they doing on the island? How does this road fit into the larger history of the area? These are the questions that keep historians, archaeologists, and curious minds engaged with the ongoing exploration. The stone road is an impressive piece of work, made up of about 6,000 stones, showing it was way ahead of its time in terms of engineering. It was built wide and flat, probably so it could handle lots of traffic, possibly from a bunch of people or even carts. The careful construction of the road raises many questions, encouraging the team to delve deeper into the island's past, about the capabilities and intentions of its creators, offering insights into the technological and cultural advances of the time. The team is eagerly continuing their treasure hunt, driven by their passion and growing curiosity about what the treasure might be and where it could be hidden. Thanks to their meticulous research, the team has formed several theories about the nature of the treasure, backed by various pieces of evidence. One prominent idea suggests that the treasure could be connected to the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar were historically known for amassing and hiding valuable items. They came under sudden and intense scrutiny on October 13, 1307, when the French King Philip arrested members of the Templar Order. Many Templar Knights escaped to Scotland, particularly to the county of New Ross, which is quite close to the island. Sir Henry Sinclair, a 14th century political prisoner and a known Templar associate, fled to Nova Scotia, and his travels and activities in the area are marked by intriguing stone carvings found in Westford, Massachusetts, and Newport, Rhode Island, suggesting Templar activity. The theory holds that the Templar treasure was initially kept in Scotland, and they would have made efforts to relocate their treasure to a safer place. Further investigations on the Orne Islands by Alexander St. Clair, a knight and descendant of Sinclair, appear to have been aimed at exploring the most effective methods to transport the treasure back to Scotland. The treasure hunt on the island of Nova Scotia is not just about financial gain, but also about connecting present-day discoveries with historical events and figures. This connection enriches the search, providing a deeper meaning and context to the search. Each clue uncovered feels like a direct line to the past, offering insights into the lives and actions of those who came before. Connecting the treasure hunt to the Knights Templar adds a new layer, mixing history with exciting legends that fuel the team's drive. The hunt has gathered a wide audience, encouraging a wider discussion about the implications of such discoveries, how they are handled, and what they mean for our understanding of history. As new technologies and methods become available, the team integrates these tools into their search, refining their strategies and approaches in hopes of finally uncovering the long-sought-after treasure. The search for treasure is more than a mere treasure hunt. It is a complex exploration of history, technology, and human curiosity. Each step taken on the island is a step back in time, a piece fitting into the vast jigsaw of human history. The Lagena brothers and their team continue their quest, not only looking for treasure, but also for connections to our shared past, making every find a valuable piece of the larger historical picture. At the Chapel of Rosslyn excavation site, a new team joined in and discovered that the entrance was cleverly rigged with traps, including a water tunnel leading all the way to the sea. This intriguing twist adds weight to a well-thought-out idea about the island's past that the Lagena group has been piecing together from their research. Rob McInnes, a filmmaker and writer active in Newfoundland, has been collecting stories about the Sinclair family's history, offering rich insights to the Lagena group and adding depth to the island's history. Despite the close proximity of the island to the mainland, these discoveries seem within reach. Digging up places like the Stone Road will be challenging and complicated, with many potential setbacks. The history of Oak Island, a small island in Nova Scotia, has become part of the wider historical tapestry. However, the complex and confusing history of the island is often due to the reckless search for rumored riches, which has led to severe damage and irreversible loss of structures. The recent burst of activity on Oak Island has brought to light its potential, uncovering a new and rich layer of history. A proper archaeological approach could transform the current treasure hunt mindset into a more respectful and scientifically sound exploration of the island's rich historical layers. By treating the island not just as a treasure trove, but as a historical site with valuable lessons about the past, we might uncover insights about the people who came to the island long ago, their lives and their purposes. Proper excavation and careful handling of artifacts could provide a clearer picture of the island's past, contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of its historical context. This would not only enrich our knowledge, but also ensure the preservation of this part of Nova Scotia's heritage for future generations to study and appreciate. Oak Island is just one of many islands with rich histories and legends of hidden treasures, calling out to those who seek adventure and discovery. These islands are not just stunning to look at, but also steeped in history, drawing in explorers and adventurers eager to uncover fabled treasures. Norman Island in the British Virgin Islands, for example, is famous for its links to old pirate stories and is thought to have inspired Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. The island features places like Privateer Bay and Money Bay, named to reflect its adventurous past. The piece they uncover, no matter how small, could reveal a new layer of Oak Island's story. As they gather around a new find similar to one they discovered back in 2019 near a spot called H8, the air is filled with excitement. Archaeologist Fiona Steele adds to the moment by revealing another discovery, which boosts everyone's enthusiasm. Laird Niven suggests comparing this new find near the stone foundation on the island's western side to earlier samples to piece together more of Oak Island's unfolding story. The team embarks on a journey to uncover the hidden history of Oak Island, a mysterious island in the Bahamas. They send a wooden piece from under the garden shaft for carbon dating, and when they discover that the wood dates back to between 1631 and 1684, excitement grows. The team is focused on planning their next steps and finding more details about the island's past. Although they have not yet found the treasure, they are constantly discovering new clues and secrets along the way. One such discovery points to an ancient underground corridor, suggesting that there is still much more to uncover and understand. Marty Lagena, always paying attention to detail, takes a close look at the corridor, realizing it was built long before they started their work on Oak Island. His brother Rick sees this moment as a turning point in their search, as it is located in an area with a lot of metal deposits. Roger Fortin emphasizes the importance of carefully studying the corridor's structure to understand its history. Scott Barlow is eager to speed up the search, convinced they are close to a major discovery. Craig Tester brings positive energy, encouraging the group to keep digging. Rick thanks the team for their hard work and gives them the green light to continue exploring. As dawn breaks, the Duma excavation team arrives at the site, ready to push their search to around 95 feet deep. Billy Gerhardt, Jack Begley, and Gary Drayton are busy exploring an area close to the southeastern marsh along an old stone path. The team wonders what secrets the path might reveal and what might be at the end of the corridor. The team starts to think about the skill and creativity required to build such a structure so long ago, which gives them a new appreciation for the people who once lived on Oak Island and the historical significance of their discoveries. As they dig deeper, they begin to find small artifacts that hint at everyday life on the island long ago, such as pieces of pottery and old metal tools, suggesting that people once lived and worked in this area, possibly as part of a busy trading community or settlement. Each find adds to the story of Oak Island, helping to create a bigger picture of its past. The team on Oak Island, led by Gary Drayton and Rick Lagena, was searching for hidden treasures in the swamp. They discovered wooden planks, crafted to fit together, which seemed to be pieces of an ancient ship. Billy Gerhardt stumbled upon a stone path or large structure buried just under the swamp's surface, and Jack noticed a big rock that looked like those found by Fred Nolan in 1921. Rick believed they were on the verge of uncovering something big that could shine a light on the island's history. Gary emphasized the importance of cleaning and carefully examining the structures they found to make sure they didn't miss anything important. Billy felt their discoveries were unique and believed they were on the verge of uncovering something big that could shine a light on the island's history. Rick, along with Alex Lagina, Jack, and Scott Barlow, sat down with archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Colligan. They discussed a material that looked like concrete found in the foundation of Lot 5 and soil samples that might contain ancient mortar, similar to materials discovered in the Money Pit. Emma planned to use X-ray diffraction analysis to learn more, hoping to connect these findings to old construction techniques. The Money Pit has always been a source of surprising discoveries, often raising more questions than answers. This week brought a new set of findings that hinted at different paths for their investigation, adding to the island's complex history. Some old stories suggested that certain items were deliberately placed in specific locations. Emma's analysis of soil samples from Lot 5 showed a match to the soil from the Money Pit, even though the two places were 104 feet apart. This unexpected link, confirmed by X-ray tests, left experts like Laird Niven and Scott Barlow scratching their heads. As they continued exploring an old stone road, they found a large, hand-forged chain and hook, along with part of a barrel, suggesting that the area might have once been a landing spot for ships, lining up with stories of secret operations and smuggling on the island. However, just as things were heating up, a powerful storm flooded the garden shaft, forcing the team to pause their excavation and focus on managing the damage. Once the storm calmed down, they stumbled upon an unexpected chamber next to the garden shaft, a small hollow space 65 feet deep, covered by wooden timbers. Marty Lagena, who was once doubtful about the swamp's importance, now saw its potential for further exploration. The idea that there could be multiple hidden chambers in the Money Pit area suggested a network of man-made spaces, either meant to help or trick future treasure hunters. In conclusion, the team on Oak Island was determined to find hidden treasures in the swamp, but faced challenges such as a powerful storm, a lack of evidence, and the possibility of finding hidden treasures.